There's a shadow by the doorway, but the hallway's empty still. Every night I hear your footsteps climbing up this broken hill. Coffee cold beside the window, dust where your old jacket hung. I keep talking to the silence, like your name still fits my tongue. And the moonlight cuts the bedroom into pieces on the floor. You're everywhere except beside me, that's the part I can't ignore. You're a ghost in the peripheral vision, gone whenever I turn around. A flicker in the edge of memory, a voice that never makes a sound. I see you in strangers passing, in the smoke, the rain, the glass. You haunt me without trying, like a photograph that lasts. And I keep reaching through the dark for a love that isn't there. You're a ghost in the peripheral vision, breathing softly through the air. The apartment hums like static, every room repeats your name. I leave the TV running nightly, just to drown out all the blame. There's a crack across the mirror, where your reflection used to live. Now I study all the fragments of the heart I couldn't give. And the city lights are fading, like the promises we made. I still wear the scars of loving someone already slipping away. You're a ghost in the peripheral vision, gone whenever I turn around. A flicker in the edge of memory, a voice that never makes a sound. I see you in strangers passing, in the smoke, the rain, the glass. You haunt me without trying, like a photograph that lasts. And I keep reaching through the dark for a love that isn't there. You're a ghost in the peripheral vision, breathing softly through the Maybe grief is just a doorway, maybe love outlives goodbye. Maybe I keep you alive here every time I close my eyes. But the silence never answers, only echoes back my fear that I'm learning how to live with someone who is no longer here. You're a ghost in the peripheral vision, the ache behind my tired eyes, a fading constellation in abandoned winter skies. And I know I should let go now, but your absence feels too near. You're a ghost in the peripheral vision. the doorway, but nobody appears. The night hangs low above the city, like a tired, fading bruise, and every window glowing softly looks like someone else's truth. I hear the radiator trembling, like it's trying not to cry, while the moon spills silver silence across the mess you left behind. There's a space beside the pillow, cold as things we never were, and I keep reaching through the darkness for a hand that disappeared. Some hearts are born abandoned, even in a crowded room, learning how to hold themselves when nobody else will do. So here's a lullaby for the unloved, for the ones nobody chose, for the aching soul still waiting by doors that never close. May the night be kind and gentle when the memories get rough, and may your dreams hold you together when the world says you're too much. This is a lullaby for the unloved. The television whispers softly to an empty couch and floor, like even static hates the silence of being alone too long. I still replay old conversations like prayers beneath my breath, searching every word for proof I deserved a little less. The mirror by the hallway reflects somebody warm, a person stitched together by all the love they mourn, and every lonely heartbeat is a language rarely heard, 'cause pain becomes invisible when nobody asked first. So here's a lullaby for the unloved, for the ones nobody chose, for the aching soul still waiting by doors that never close. May the night be kind and gentle when the memories get rough, and may your dreams hold you together when the world says you're too much. This is a lullaby for the unloved. And maybe we were never broken, maybe we were simply missed, like letters lost in transit or songs nobody hears. And maybe somewhere far away there's a voice that sounds like home, waiting for our tired hearts to finally arrive known. So here's a lullaby for the unloved, for the souls left out in rain, for the quiet kids and worn out hearts still carrying their pain. May tomorrow find you softly, like sunlight through the dust. And may you learn your existence was always more than enough. This is a lullaby for the unloved, sung by someone just like us. Sleep now, the night has heard your name, even if nobody else did. I don't remember when it changed, when feeling turned to something strange, a quiet weight inside my chest that never asked to rest. I trace the place it used to be, a hollow rhythm beneath me. Now all that's left is smooth and cold, a story never told. I learned to breathe without the fire, without the ache of deep desire. I am a polished stone where a heart used to be, worn by time but finally free. No sharpness left to break or bend, just silence that will not end. They say I'm calm, they say I've healed, but they don't know what's been sealed inside this quiet part of me. A polished stone where a heart used to be. I walk through life like passing rain, no longer shaped by joy or pain. Even memories slip away like dust at end of day. I used to burn, I used to fall, I used to feel it all. Now even sorrow feels remote, a fading note. Did I survive or disappear? I'm not sure. I am still here. I am a polished stone where a heart used to be, smooth by everything I couldn't keep. No cracks for love to slip inside, no place for tears to hide. The world still moves but I don't stay, not really lost, just worn away. A quiet shape of memory, a polished stone where a heart used to be. If feeling means to hurt and break, then what is left for me to take? Maybe I traded pain for peace and lost myself in the release. I am a polished stone where a heart used to be, floating through what used to be me, neither empty nor alive, just something that survived. And if I ever learn to feel, will anything inside be real, or will I always only be a polished stone where a heart used to be? And in the silence after tears, I no longer remember years. There's a notebook by the bedside, filled with half-finished lines. Every page sounds like somebody trying hard not to cry. The rain keeps tapping softly against the window frame, like the world outside remembers something I can't name. Your shadow still lives faintly in the corners of this room, and every little silence here still bends itself toward you. I keep waiting for the moment the music finally lifts, but heartbreak doesn't always give you something beautiful to fix. This is a song with no chorus, no place where the sadness resolves, just verses full of lonely thoughts and nights too long to survive alone. No rising melody to save me, no words that make things clear, only the sound of someone unraveling, trying not to disappear. This is a song with no chorus, like the shape of losing you. The television glows in static across the wooden floor. I leave it on to imitate the feeling of having more. There's a cup beside the sink still, with lipstick fading on the rim, proof that love can leave behind small ghosts in everything. I tried writing something hopeful, but every sentence turned to gray. Turns out some wounds don't heal cleanly, they just learn how to stay. And maybe not all stories find a way to end complete. Maybe some just wander endlessly, like tired city streets. This is a song with no chorus, no place where the sadness resolves, just verses full of lonely thoughts and nights too long to survive alone. No rising melody to save me, no words that make things clear, only the sound of someone unraveling, trying not to disappear. This is a song with no chorus, like the shape of losing you. Maybe closure is a myth people tell each other softly to survive what never leaves. Maybe grief is just a melody missing the part that lets you breathe. And maybe I keep singing 'cause silence hurts more than defeat. This is a song with no chorus, still searching for a place to land, a fragile echo in an empty room, slipping slowly through my hands. And though the ending never comes, I keep humming through the just another fading verse. The curtains barely let in light, another slow collapsing night. Your side of the bed stays untouched, like the ghost of what was us. Coffee cups and scattered clothes, tiny relics no one knows, still whisper softly through the air that you once lived beside me. These walls grow wider every day, as if the room is drifting away. This is a wilderness of one bedroom, where silence flowers in the gloom. Every corner holds your trace like vines I cannot pull away. The ceiling feels like endless skies, and loneliness never sleeps at night. I survive inside this tomb, a wilderness of one bedroom. The television softly glows, just to make it feel less cold. But every sound fades into gray the moment memories replay. I walk in circles on the floor, past the shadow by the door, and every step reminds me of how empty small spaces become without love. The clock keeps beating like a wound inside this hollow afternoon. This is a wilderness of one bedroom, where broken hearts don't ever bloom. The blankets carry your perfume like fading rain beneath the moon. And every dream I try to keep turns restless in my shallow sleep. Now all my nights dissolve too soon in this wilderness of one bedroom. If I opened every window wide, would your memory finally leave my side? Or would the wind just speak your name and make this room feel worse again? Still in this wilderness of one bedroom, where lonely souls learn how to lose. The morning sunlight paints the walls, but warmth no longer comes at all. And though the world keeps moving fast, I'm trapped inside our aftermath, with nothing left but fading one restless heart, and miles inside these walls. Empty driveways, silent streets, every house repeats defeat. Porch lights glowing pale and weak, like tired souls afraid to speak. I ride alone past dead-end signs, through memories I can't rewind. Every window hides a ghost of who I used to love the most. And every corner feels the same, a different road with your own name. I'm lost in the suburbs of my own mind, where every thought leaves me behind. Rows of regret stretch endlessly, like broken homes inside of me. The traffic lights all turn to red, the dreams that died inside my head, and I keep driving through the night, lost in the suburbs of my own mind. The radio hums a lonely tune beneath the cold suburban moon, and every song becomes your voice, reminding me I lost my choice. The sidewalks cracked beneath my feet, like promises we couldn't keep. And every yard I pass by slow feels like somewhere I used to know. No map can lead me out of here when every road is built from fear. I'm lost in the suburbs of my own mind, where faded dreams are redesigned in the quiet rooms and vacant hearts, where every ending falls apart. The streetlamps flicker like gold scars, guiding me nowhere in the dark, still circling what I left behind. Lost in the suburbs of my own mind. If I could tear these walls apart, would I finally find my heart? Or just another empty place, still haunted by your leaving trace? Now dawn arrives in shades of gray, but nothing here has really changed. The houses sleep, the silence grows like loneliness nobody knows. And somewhere past these endless lines, maybe peace is waiting there to find. But tonight I'm trapped inside, lost in the suburbs of my own mind. Streetlights fade, engines hum, and I still can't find home. The road is long but doesn't lead, just stretches out beneath my feet. Every signpost I pass by feels like it forgot the sky. I count the miles to stay awake, but every number starts to break. They blur into the same regret of places I haven't left yet. I keep moving, still I stay, lost in distance that won't fade. These are my markers to nowhere, pointing at a disappearing air. Every turn I try to take leads me back to what won't change. I drive through silence, cold and wide, with nowhere left for me to hide. Just endless roads that never care, mile markers to nowhere. The headlights carve into the dark, but never leave a lasting mark. Just fleeting lines of what could be, then vanish quietly. The radio hums a broken tune about a sun that left too soon, and I pretend it understands these empty, restless hands. Every map I try to read forgets what I might need. These are mile markers to nowhere, like promises that turn to air. I chase a place I can't define, somewhere that was never mine. A horizon never ends, it just pretends, and I am stuck between the lines of borrowed time. If I stop the car, will I finally hear the reason why? Or is motion all I am, a shadow of where I began? These are mile markers to nowhere, carved into a sky that doesn't care. Every road I've ever known just leads me back alone, and though I drive through endless night, there's no destination in sight, only echoes left to bear, mile markers to nowhere. And when the engine fades to sleep, the road still dreams of me. The night train vanished down the line, leaving only smoke behind. I watched the red lights disappear, like the last hope I had here. The city sleeps beneath the rain, but every street repeats your name, and every second without you feels like falling through. The future used to shine so bright, now it fades beyond my sight. I'm stranded on the edge of tomorrow, with nothing left but sorrow. The dawn keeps calling out my name, but I can't move beyond the pain. Every dream we tried to build now lies broken, cold and still, and I remain where hope won't follow, stranded on the edge of tomorrow. I keep your letter in my coat, the words still cut across my soul, ink fading like the life we knew, but I still read it like it's new. The ocean groans against the pier, like it can somehow feel my fear, and every wave that hits the shore reminds me you're not here anymore. The stars look distant, pale and worn, like hearts too tired to carry on. I'm stranded on the edge of tomorrow, drifting through the afterglow of everything we couldn't save, now buried underneath the waves. Your memory burns inside my chest, like a fire that refuses rest, and every road feels cold and hollow, stranded on the edge of tomorrow. If time could turn its hands around, would I still lose what I once found? Or was this always where I'd be? A lonely ghost beside the sea, final, still stranded on the edge of tomorrow, watching the sky collapse in sorrow. The sunrise never warms my skin since the night you disappeared within, and though the world keeps moving fast, I'm chained forever to the past. The apartment's finally quiet, no television glow, no midnight pacing through the hallway, no waiting by the phone. The rain has stopped outside the window, leaving silver on the street, and dawn moves softly through the curtains like forgiveness in defeat. Your sweater's gone from the doorway, the pictures from the wall, only pale uneven outlines show you were here at all. And for the first time in forever, the silence doesn't sting, it just settles like tired snowfall over everything. Maybe this is the end of the echo, the last repetition of your name, the moment all the haunted hallways finally fall still again. And though the emptiness remains, it doesn't cut the way it did before, like grief got tired of knocking on a half-locked door. Maybe this is the end of the echo and the beginning of letting go. Found your old voicemail tonight and almost pressed replay, but some ghosts survive too long when you feed them every day. The kitchen light burns softly across the wooden floor, and I realized I hadn't cried when I walked past your door. Outside, the city kept breathing, cars blurred beneath the dawn. Funny how life continues gently, even after love is gone. And somewhere underneath the sadness, a quieter feeling grew. Not happiness exactly, just the absence of losing you. I think I finally understand, some things aren't meant to stay with me. Maybe this is the end of the echo and the start of hearing myself again. Maybe healing isn't glorious, maybe it's unbearably small. One night you simply notice the pain no longer fills it all. Maybe love leaves fingerprints, but not So here at the end of the echo, morning spills across the room, and for once the light feels warmer than the shadows used to. I still carry every memory, but they no longer drag me down. They float through me like distant music, fading softly now. This is the end of the echo at night. The end of me. Note disappears, and the silence finally rests. There's a place beneath these mountains where forgotten feelings drown, where every word we never said still echoes underground. I wandered there through falling rain, with your silence in my veins, and every canyon carved my name into the stone of all our pain. The wind carried what we hid away, too late for either heart to say. In the valleys of the unspoken lie the pieces left broken. Every whisper we denied still survives beneath the night. I hear your voice in every storm, calling from a world forlorn, where love was left unchosen. In the valleys of the unspoken, the rivers flow like sorrow now, cold and deep beneath the clouds. And every step along the cliffs feels closer to the end of this. Your shadow walks beside my own, through hollow paths of ancient stone, and all the truths we buried deep have turned into ghosts that never sleep. The stars above grow dim and gray from all the things we never gave away. In the valleys of the unspoken, every promise lies frozen. Every tear we held inside still falls like rain we couldn't hide. And though the years keep moving on, anymore. The curtains move like ocean waves in the midnight from the fan, and every shadow in this bedroom looks like the shape of your hands. There's half a glass beside the mattress, collecting dust and faded light, like the parts of me still waiting for you to walk in tonight. The floorboards creak beneath me, like they're trying not to drown, and every memory leaks slowly from the ceiling to the ground. I keep bailing out the silence with tired lungs and shaking sleep, but heartbreak fills the spaces far too fast for me to keep. This room is a sinking ship, and I'm going down with it, holding on to photographs like they could still make sense of it. The walls bend under all the sorrow, the windows crack beneath the rain, and every night the flood gets deeper with the echo of your name. This room is a sinking ship, and I was never built to swim. Your side of the closet's empty, but I still leave the door unlocked, like some part of me believes you only forgot to stop. The television flickers softly on a channel full of snow. Static sounds a lot like grieving when there's nowhere else to go. I hear sirens in the distance, like warnings I ignored, 'cause loving you felt beautiful right before the storm. Now every dream's a lifeboat that disappears before I wake, and all the things we promised float away with every break. This room is a sinking ship, and I'm going down with it, holding on to photographs like they could still make sense of this. The walls bend under all the sorrow, the windows crack beneath the rain, and every night the flood gets deeper with the echo of your name. This room is a sinking ship, and I was never built to swim. Maybe love was just an iceberg, beautiful and cold, and we were dancing on the surface while the underneath took hold. Now the water climbs around me, slow as your goodbye, and every breath feels borrowed from a life we let die. Final, this room is a sinking ship, but I can't abandon it, 'cause every broken thing in here still reminds me we ended shit. And somewhere in the wreckage, your laughter still survives, like a ghost light in the darkness, keeping all disasters alive. This room is a sinking ship, and I'm the last one left inside. The lights go out one by one, and the silence finally reaches my chest.